Mame fa na say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
The omode Ghana for urami nyina achi no anya da se obi anu ne ho, and the fact is say nipa shada say ombe perceive the more die change the people of this particular country, you know, it's quite apparent. So I think Alaska feeling it across the country is almost the same.
Wow. As 11 radio down to 92.3, that was Ivan Kyei Innocent. Yeah, show you discussion. I say Ivan, my main phone shall say not Kyei and pay we become in the kaki pay and in the Yakamo and not do you. Ivan, my main phone shall say Founders Day celebration and President's comments. President say or rejected totally. Say Kwame Nkrumah and Anipa Baku and Ghana founded Ghana. Right up, Yanko.
Yeah, Alaska, my bencher na me sancha what here for him.
A tear for you also.
I'm say Akuffo Addo. Sometimes option on the name of be all year ne said what's your conducting home over the years now. I am not surprised that there is anything that will ever come from the president. Any Ghanaian will be surprised.
Really?
Yes, because in some Oka, Abraba Obo, ne de Ekoso in this country, no, there seem to be the similarities are quite striking, and many so we make it a particular station, and it's quite unfortunate. Alaska, all started here, no, there has been this desperation, this desperate attempt to hoodwink Ghanaians into believing, say, JB Dankwa and his ancestors, nipa from his bloodline, people who fought, and I think in recent times, yate bebre says Amra na omum nanano school fighting to liberate this country, you know, na Ghana for makanom he. Very often you hear some of these comments from people right. Like Gabi and Co. And you see,
that's right.
Yes, you see, it's silly when educated people begin to speak in this particular line, and it's quite unfortunate. So, baby, I free by say first now soldier for now best Sam cry. Echo train you more corner. Alaska offer will be bad. The first thing you have to do is you unscript them. Unscript them means a orientation at the end of the Panosiano. Would you free Nitimansa?
Okay.
Before you re-educate the person, now our personal for whatever you want to use. Exactly. So you first unscript them, you re-educate them, and you repurpose them for whatever agenda aware. Almost as they sought to re-unscript Ghanaians.
Okay.
By churning out a lot of propaganda. The movie, attempt to re-educate us. Now you move away from the Nkrumah line, then JB Dankwa and other people will come and near more Maya Makaya Sika Yasano Independence Day celebration. A First Republic, a day free hall, Nema Aquasunya. Clearly, this desperation has always been apparent. Now, Nema no more, and Alaska, what's Nasi now for do arms now? One thing. And a year very apparent.
Okay.
The poverty of intellect in the way a man or more yes about Nyansa and Kahon.
I don't know me Nyansa and
Gabi. I'm a baby chiro why. Alaska, to begin with. Obian who bet me at baby akase, a dear friend independence. Set on mine a wow a hochirim. Now all struggle to put itself out. No, one person bet me a year amanaye. It's not possible. And it has never been done anywhere. So Nipa no muheli in Nkrumah in this country, no. Nobody and now seeking to discount the individual role by other people.
A play.
Because Kwame Nkrumah want to be independent. That is a fact, and we don't need a president to tell us. Obi already history, Obi onim, and even not just Ghana. Let me take you to South Africa. The struggle, appetite, no, Akuffo Addo, an attempt to liberate themselves from that colonial rule. No, Alaska. It took a lot of people, effort. Mandela and Kwame prison. There are several other people who went to jail with Mandela.
That's right.
Some died in prison. There are students omo ye film be Sarafina.
That's right.
And ye movie kakeo a real story no ye movie. Students were part of the agitation. Omo shoot among folk. So students were sacrificed. Nipa or no or ye protester ye kuno or na Mandela or say what make sacrifice. Or the ordinary castle. Yes, or make sacrifice. But today, say you can't South Africa appetite. The first person fronting it,
Mandela.
So does it mean Mandela and Kwana Konje your friend is saying? At some point, the whole of Africa, not countries in Iraq can be.
That's right.
Musicians, born you wonder your friends say, Obi born you say America, Deben, some that yes. Good.
And all count.
Yes.
Yes, I know the line.
Said DJ Cross or Auntie or catch it all. Alaska. So these are roles are man for player, but in the end, you know, Nina Korea say one person led the liberation. That is why I obey the iconic figure, because you can't bundle a lot of people together and say they fought for independence. But when we go into the story and tell the story in graphics, in details, what you mean? Ghana independence moving out of Kwame Nkrumah? No. How is it possible?
It is just like a governance architecture.
Yes.
So ministers of state, but you can't say nanado.
So it is childish and infantile for anybody to seek to suggest, say, President Kwakwe independence. That I say, Kwame, I reject the notion that one person fought for independence. I am crasam. Because nowhere in the world, and one person are fighting for independence. But there is always an iconic figure.
That's
I'll
right.
take it the center stage. Oko India, your friend said Mahatma Gandhi.
That's right.
He's one of the biggest way India, Alaska. Now if we say liberation as for Mulidi, you know,
No.
in Africa, there are several individuals that you come wasem. But Kwame Nkrumah role now play no are far outstanding. There is the reason why Bobodina Ghana for placing no, and again, then make catches Akuffo Addo Nema or any young son in their deliberation is Alaska. UGCC was formed on the 4th of August.
That's right.
Okay. In the Founders Day celebration, almost 4th of August, and
okay.
So tell me, what is the historical your friend is saying value in setting aside 4th of August? I there at the UGCC. UGCC nearby Independence Day Founders Day because Kwame Nkrumah wasn't part of the UGCC.
That's right.
Because he left. And again, the UGCC never won our independence. And the political movement ya war now or give you birth to your independence. Okay, CPP.
That's right.
So you can't set aside 4th August. I had the birthday. I had the UGCC. Later, no, they turn out to become saboteurs, and we will tell that story in details. Yeah. And the Nyansa Ben the woman all set it aside. A day at the political party, other political movement, you know, anti-man winning elections at the time. Yes, seeking for independence, you know. Element in this party were even pushing say Abrofono, Sa Kwame Nkrumah no or ye Mamboye Neo. Good independence, you know. Mamon Famano. And say independence, you know, has finally come with us, and we have it here. Nipa na munyina mo sorry tia no say at some point all can self governance now no mo say self government at the shortest possible time munya ready for power. The guy was ready. And again the mere fact that mo set up movement or onu free abontin by ya full time or yeah no Alaska na make culture say the reason why Ghana for Kwame Nkrumah bo bia pass omumo ni di o Kwame Nkrumah buy ya UGCC for kofa na buy to start a movement, you know. Omo idea no was to put the coastal areas and some part of Ashanti region to form a country. They never had any intention say voter for northern as for Kanwo.
That's right.
But as a general secretary all year for UGCC, you know, he had his own vision and plan. Because vision the plan and all one else switching the entire UGCC put together. And the time all the years now sneaky out.
Okay.
To engage people in Western Togoland and then your friends at Northern region. So Omoni Bomb Hosono now Nkrumah tentacles now grow beyond the coastal areas in Ashanti region.
That's no
Kete. But this guy no expansive way mindset not all the year. And through the struggle no as for no go through a lot of stuff or no munina Alaska. It got to a point on the movement in about winning elections. So if there is any political party, you bet me crediting for winning the independence for this particular country, ACPP,
and yet UGCC,
and yet UGCC. So it doesn't make any historical sense. It doesn't make any your friends saying academic sense. So we'll set it aside the data at UGCC. Now we're in the Founders Day, and I'm going to say everywhere. Okay, Nigeria. Your body, the Omorogado as a founder. Okay, America, Alaska, a lot of people died in their struggle. Nemana Kosunina, but then you can America, need freedom, need way. Much of the credit goes to your friend said George Washington. because of that incredible role or play. But Abraham Lincoln, you kuno or theater movie, and not before got one or so idea war no kuno. President, all because they believed in the State of the Union, which other people didn't want.
That's right.
So these people died at some point for a cause, for a reason. But yeah, can't find this. And I ain't even study for dominating our moment cast away. At least there must be one single person out there who play an outstanding role. And that person, who found as a lead figure, or be a better. But we no, because of desperation. And yababenya to me, 80 to me, yen cemented the authority of these people. Now yam put to yam country Ghana for say, or fighting for independence. Alaska. So okay history. Now we have logical, coherent analysis, very incisive analysis about near me fast to see you can only conclude say JB Danka was nothing but a traitor.
Oh, you a traitor?
Yes.
Wow.
Not just a traitor, he was a criminal saboteur. Yes. Alaska. He was a traitor and a criminal saboteur because this is a guy. Ya tum say he pay independence. And some they see no obi ani ho.
That's right.
Based on account ya available in ye gina so aka ye nyina ya struggle say pay independence. Se nkroma kra tinimu no afiri mu. Na say independence na open abrofo no say de bema wa. Why then do you engage in constant correspondences with Abrofo?
That's right.
Mom find independence in my Abraya to Abama and Kroma we know. They were still exchanging with them say independence. They are ready. Mom for my end.
Just almost started connection a bribe.
And that particular idea now we will unscript you of every tag be a war. Or any attachment be award to Ghana's independence, that single act now will pose to fight is independence in the manner. Take away everything from you. You cannot take credit for the independence anymore. Because at this point, you have become a criminal saboteur, not an enabler.
That's right.
What I say? And the one now my buy or when you to me, Sabi, I didn't say Bruno cannot come and rewrite the political history of this particular country and seek to impose on us. These criminal saboteurs are in the past, and again, JB down kwa nkromaji independence na oye do oye nyina no. They never relented though. Boni ya na wo mutima, omo make sure say nkroma will not succeed no. They never stop. Eba say no okọ prison. The guy I can say yes he celebrating no as a national hero no. He was charged with treason. That is the biggest, the heinous crime in the country. Right. Prison.
Near
Nipa no almost say young credit no. He died in the prison as a petty criminal.
Wow.
Our jail, he was writing letters, and I have a copy of his letter here, writing to Kwame Nkrumah, reminding him, Kwame Nkrumah so by and Adam for no deba and deba me yin free, but we are down the book Ukraine, so you be kind now up a book, so and then I said whole lot of stuff.
For the supposed
hero no. He died in prison like a petty criminal. Kwame Nkrumah na chene kwato because of niama no mo ye enabati we yakoto bombo ha ene we yakwa say enti bombo to no de omo nananom sha say no Osama bin Laden kra nim se de ya chechire bombo. Yes. Akuffo Addo no omo nananom sua bombo to no Osama bin Laden na ya nwo no na wahu say ya ka we bom atu we
heredity.
Yes, Alaska. I say they are for one to bomb moye. Now they are going to bomb was Angr, Alaska. And to Omona bomb no they are expert. And in the Pana Akuffo Addo desperately seeking to impose him on us. Say Onana Ghana be general sono. Alaska. And you're true. And this your friends are founders your friends are the big says yeah can was a man for big says and it doesn't mean that they fought for independence. So Samra amu declare positive defiance and as if Abrofo no chichi they arrested 6 people.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that they arrested 4. Omokofa last one, omoko na other guy at fie hobby. And ya che na kan ho. So one of them was even arrested by accident. And I did see newspaper a label said the big 6 have been arrested. I don't know big says you way book you.
Just like Munje 3.
And I can't independent almost started a struggle as for UGC is in the for me a grant.
That's right.
Nisika on the swamp of Kwame Nkrumah and by BBR. So how can you talk about big says grant and can? But these people have circumvented this big history and I tried almost desperately Sabaya JB down kwa bebum and no one semana yeka. na JB dan question na bra bobo ye nyina no odiko wie prison eko wu ye prison jail man oko wu jail o and independence in the rule in the party o play o hefa so you need to accept it say Kwame Nkrumah mebo obi amane say yensom no because of the rule o play na Akuffo Addo was seeking say sa university na wo we no University of Ghana yamfanto JB Dankwa na wo bisa say rule ben ana JB Dankwa play University of Ghana enu nti no chinchin a yentam university yamfanto no Alaska Legon na o hodada abrofo no time no na University College of Gold Coast
exactly
affiliated to London University say university a college or need the power to award degree.
Okay.
You need to be affiliated to a particular bigger university. So Legon as a college then was affiliated to London University. Who co school we are a school now outside never more certificate. Good. Yeah, Nkrumah and they changing the name no to your friend saying University of Ghana. Oba no and Nkrumah school no man no more first class in automatically he gave all of them scholarship to go and study direct PhD. So none of them can a masters. Sabi obenya abrofo no kwa they need a replacement.
Right.
And do all first class you will not go and do masters straightforward you go and do PhD because government amount scholarship and most of them left to study to get a PhD came back and teach there. And if there is anybody what play a phenomenal role you're crediting with University of Ghana Kwame Nkrumah David Dankwa Robert no player and Akuffo Addo over the years has been screaming and desperately seeking to rename the university but he hasn't been able to tell us what he did. Tech here Okumasi and the same thing and a guy established here and a crowd here to and Kwame Nkrumah influence transcended beyond the borders of Ghana, Alaska, Oko Egypt, Ethiopia, wine omo I'm told that Nkrumah Oko mind be Africa and Nkrumah do musika so.
That's right.
It tells you there the legacy that the guy left in his wake transcended beyond the borders of this country. And I'm asking, say, Uko Togwa, Omunima DFN JB Dankwa. Just be honest and tell me, Uko America now born Nkrumah, Omu related to Ghana because of the outstanding role guy who play.
The millennium.
Yes. With him, Omo Tuaba said the millennium mine no. Most of the recent journalists, they knew Africa, the Omunima Mandela.
Okay.
So Omo Tuaba na Nkrumah wene Then they went to Mandela Kobe and said, Madiba. Now what he had I say Nkrumah be a woo no no when your friend say. Asema Mandela bisa na me uni nipa kwa me to abama no. Mandela na nkasa to ma Nkrumah a wawu no.
That's right.
That is how great the guy
One to ma JB.
JB na JB dan kwa di wom no bia to abama no. Masa. Oh no, I'm told assemblyman or when you chebi baby. And I am born on hene nkoso hene said the bay hene bi o. Alaska we need to get serious. So and as Akuffo Addo ne cohort over the years they've been in this country. I mean yes Akuffo Addo from Afghanistan buy. He has been here. So Alaska if legitimately you think say these people play a phenomenal role in as a former over the years nya fe na Akuffo Addo nya tumi o onya tumi na che Kufuor time na as for nyina enka o ma start sa ade we but now no all that you are doing is to rewrite the political na your problem na say political history of this country Akuffo Addo na Alaska Assembly na okay. Your problem na say political history na Akuffo Addo.
Ohun say na dwom ndo be.
Unim dia me pa kire men nya ho say unim. Your problem na say political history of Kroma. Enya na Akuffo Addo. And you don't need to be told. Say on na be kan kire yen. Ko Alaska. The story, Ghana's story has been told, has been written, has been educated. For several years, among phoning people already they know the story. People are privy to the fact, and some are all over. So enye to me fia bia wanya asabi bra papa kura fa bono wan fa mono na ye pe obi amana sesa Ghana president asabi the most useless president in the history of this country. One of us say way
the most.
Oh, Alaska. As a president, you can't say he's useless. As a person, because you'll be papa wabobra and his age no winya. I think say by the
office.
But as president under the Fourth Republic, tell me, President Awaba Akuffo Addo so for China. Just tell me, as president. The problem is say political history. Obi I tag you as the most useless president under the Fourth Republic way. When I say history, only he doesn't have anything of value. nothing to offer this country. And the time na say the dwene solve problems no say munu no didi. That is why you see him on TV on Independent on the Fourth Republic akogira keka nsema ehu hia. Yes,
I've come to your home.
Yes, at that time Ghana no economically no things are not working. The country is teetering on the brink of a possible crash, and the finance minister Genevieve Pacha said they've taken foolish decisions. Alaska, when was the by number 10 of videos on Mekachiro? Said we are here because the government has been taking foolish decisions.
That's right.
And the finance minister apologizing to Ghanaians say some of the reasons why we are here no because of some bad decisions the government taking here. Hey, an idea.
But when was the last time we realized here? So
yes.
And why didn't Abino and answer those who took that decision? I don't know one woman who announced Awoba.
Oh, yes.
The
president now need to go on his knees and apologize to the people of this country. Sanya man Ghana for a free hole. Now not just history education.
But let me ask this. Whilst the president and his people were touting themselves that they have performed better than any other government, now on the other side, Obisu can say Oma so no,
I said and America say Alaska, Saubo Breya, you don't tell your story.
Right.
I'm for the Beckham and I'm catches Kwame Nkrumah on for so be a mobile Sikam Bribe Biao. Say Obin telling the story. The story has been written in plain language in countries in different languages because of the outstanding role that he plays. You see, there is something very important that always I tell people: say when you get political power, don't pursue money.
Okay.
Kwame Nkrumah in terms of currency. Your president in the poorest man.
Oh,
he was poor in terms of currency, but in terms of personality and identity, he's the richest president ever in Africa. In terms of identity and personality, he's the richest, and his popularity transcends beyond generations. And Egypt now a more political museum and library now for book about Africa. Kwame Nkrumah is featured.
Sure.
South Africa, any book Kwame. Now Alaska. And the Washington Post, up all that front page. Do you know how much you have to pay to be there? Now will be textbook, the whole textbook, no G pages in Alpha. You think it's because Osika, and now you think because Galam saying $1 million I said them. It is not about money. Leadership is about the kind of life I believe, the impact you make on others. That's those things I live forever. Now Ghana, how I am called the past, young called history. Asika for Bomudin. When any part kind of Kruma say
no.
Obianka yobe unya usika na uwa busi anfo kura be ku omo hama sika na ashe na asamasa. But if you leave a legacy forever will be remembered. And that legacy na man Nkrumah didi ho enne wa wu kura achi no oda so ti ase enne. Because me catch about Tema.
That's right.
Tema ye esi ho yo.
Tema township.
The whole Tema na what Tema no was his idea, was his creation. Say menya industrial city. Kwame Nkrumah betimi akosesa ne krom fo nzema afọ do mo be gu nkran chance ase nyina ma omo. But he never did that in Krasisem. That in Krasisem na Akuffo Addo ashase no.
Wa shase.
Oh, wa so shase ye nyenne. Kwame Nkrumah be president no. Ngo betimi akotu nzema afọ from krom asese aspread omo. Na nka tema we se ngo betimi de tema ma omo.
That's right.
Say me krom nzema afọ mo meje tema mo ma.
Afi e be friend nzema tema.
Nzema tema. Alaska. But because the guy was selfless, he felt to say we need to do something extraordinary because our mind never can anymore. We need industry to be able to do things. Oh yeah, no, the Ghana for answer. Today politicians now Alaska assassin or more. They are not seeking to put up anything like Temao. Assassin for. That is the legacy that guided. Look at the factories in for spread across the length and breadth of this country.
Right.
Near mana the yako canning and ebu Nkrumah say. So it is not about say Nkrumah Ebraibu obi anasa oyade bia o akose ebinumachi say money din abrabo no ba people will tell your story. The name a obeja no ho na mbeka na mo ba sika pe papa ohene ya oti kromo okeka nsem hu na da bia oba obeka asama na mamfo edina temu social media ochi hine osahwan Alaska all the birthday GMPC sika oman sika o ene ye tam ye na ye de mawo ana so wudi di birthday na nipa do se no mudi on birthday GMPC mo musika ayo man sika
okodua nua
Alaska na se Ghana a serious country and kasa Akuffo we nyina emebe beduru a they will have to answer for their crimes because enya wo family association in linkage bi a wo with certain individuals at the corridors of power kasa sika na ka won sanka utase na oman na ya messing to this extent now you hold a significant position of influence nipa no so be no from na Kenyan sasem kira no osi wana wo hye no kutupa no mudi nsem hunu no man no bo because of the ubedinti no you think that is it Alaska leadership no obo braboni say ya you end up like JB Dankwa. Nobody will remember you.
Right.
Because we cannot be sitting here today and celebrating Ogaya, who was nothing but a criminal saboteur. Yeah, independence. No, Msuma so trunk krata. Conspire with foreigners. Say independence. Come Jim free and some na. Nyari se betim dia bobra bia. Now we yes anema we nyina you ended up in prison. We are now patch us you because we nema nkoye ma. Nkroma yi nani mani wu ho. Nkroma no so hu was open nipa kwa ni time den was asise yo no. And you see, I'm telling you.
That's right.
Nkroma is the most radical leader yenya.
That's right.
Now Ron is the crowd say na kokunye duru. If you read his books, his tone, language, words are no issue. You see say no no so na ho nyo sa o.
That's right.
That is why ultimate face you up because looking at the radicals who see at the time, no, you needed to be tough. That's why I keep telling people that Ghana be a we don't need a weak person to be a leader.
We don't need.
No, you don't need a weak person because you cannot survive. Sometimes you have to be very vicious but very pragmatic. Obi a onim nyansa na ni timi ya den and obetimi handle this particular country. Sabaya niema engine samu. That is why Nkrumah gave it to them squarely. Said yeah, omo ehian sa na no so dem a omo no. So Alaska, Akuffo Addo or a bigger problem to solve. It's not about history classes and history lessons. And it has been told time and over. Juma Dina Edison is as president. Say, "O medino for mining si baby, no mine edition is ano." Abuakam. There is no single aspect of our national life and we are proud of, all because of this reckless incompetence or than now, but Jonas never solve a problem, Maya, and the history lectures in I think he should give us a break because some of these things, we've had it to our neck. You're here to tell us the history. So, Obobra Papa, Ghana for Bonidi. But unfortunately, Abraba Obo will push him to the dark pages of our political history. Mr. Akuffo Addo Frere Kunyasua, nobody will even remember him.
Right.
Because Nidimba, what be more, a yabufu, no, how, nay, your friends saying, you just wish like one mayor president.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.